No hard feelings?
So, RAC do car insurance?
Oh, yes.
The Johnny. Pasta sauces from the old masters.
New Theramed Perfect gives you 2 reasons to smile. Its specially designed nozzle means that every time you use it, there's little mess or waste. And its Micro-Clean Protect formula with active fluoride helps protect your teeth between brushing. New Theramed Perfect toothpaste. Simply smarter.
Oh. Ah. Oh.
Every day, you and Court's lawyers win compensation for all kinds of people. People like Mrs. D from Bangor. She tripped on her shoelace and got £3,000. Or Mr. H from Welling. He accidentally spilled his pint and copped £4,000. We helped little Ashley from Staines. His mum couldn't be bothered to make him a proper dinner, so she gave him a pot noodle. Tragically, he found poodle in his pot noodle.
Obviously, we're still upset. Thankfully, you and Court won us £10,000 compensation.
Come on, everyone's at it.
If you find poodle in your pot noodle, call us and we'll take them to the cleaners.
Remember, where there's poodle, there's pounds.
Some things can never be explained.
You didn't see it, did you?
See what?
They can only be believed.
99 will die.
It's bone-chillingly, heart-stoppingly scary. A magnificent shocker that truly jolts you off your seat. The Mothman Prophecies.
Coming out of hibernation leaves any animal tired, confused, and very hungry. This adult male's lucky. He's cleverly managed to unearth some crunchy Kellogg's cornflakes with ice-cold milk, which should help shake off the long sleep. There. Alert and awake, he waits for the cubs and the rest of the family. Have you woken up to Kellogg's cornflakes?
It's just after 10 to 10. I'm Katie Ledger. The bitter battle within Stephen Byers' Transport Department won't die down tonight. The department's top civil servant, Sir Richard Mottram, says Communications Chief Martin Sixsmith is lying when he says he didn't agree to resign after the Joe Moore saga. But Sir Richard's statement claimed the details weren't finalised when it was announced that the pair had both quit. The Tories say Stephen Byers can't manage his department and must be sacked.
Travelling public who are suffering huge delays on the railways, chaos on the roads and the tubes, they look at this and they see a Secretary of State having a civil war with his civil servants, and they simply say if a man can't run his department and he can't get the railways right, then he should go.
Police investigating the Omagh bombing have arrested 3 men in the Irish Republic. Only 1 person has been jailed over the real IRA blast 3.5 years ago, which claimed 29 lives. The head of Zimbabwe's opposition party has been charged with high treason, a crime punishable by death. Morgan Chengari denies plotting to assassinate the country's President Robert Mugabe. He says the government is trying to wreck his campaign to oust Mr. Mugabe, Zimbabwe's leader for 22 years.
this whole thing is contrived to damage me politically. The timing is obvious that we're going to a presidential election, and being the chief opponent in the political campaign, that this was all along in part of a ZANU-PF strategy to eliminate me from the race.
The mother of a British Taliban suspect being held at Camp X-Ray in Cuba says she won't believe her son is a terrorist. Zumrati Juma fears his human rights are being abused and is demanding he's returned home. 5 people are critically ill after 2 Palestinian gunmen opened fire at a bus stop near Jerusalem. Police shot one of the gunmen dead, the other escaped. Earlier, a Palestinian man was gunned down as he drove his pregnant wife to hospital. She was injured, but did later give birth to a healthy baby. On to football, and Aberdeen took on Celtic tonight at Pittodrie in the 5th round of the Tennent's Scottish Cup. Celtic didn't hang around before opening the scoring. John Hartson fired home in the 6th minute. There he goes. In the second half, Celtic extended their lead through Petrov. Final score, Celtic 2, Aberdeen 0. Now, the world's best skiers may be on their way home from America's Winter Olympics, but possibly the world's maddest skiers have been busy in France. This is the Snow Thrill event in Chamonix, requiring nerves of steel and a head for heights. The undoubted highlight came from Frenchman Sébastien Michaud, who started his run with a backflip. There he is, off the top of the mountain. Good stuff. Tomorrow's weather now. Strong winds and heavy showers, gales in exposed areas, top temperature 11 Celsius. That's it. I'm back at 10:45. See you then.
These are the names and numbers and preliminary statements of the hostages.
Clown seemed harmless until he...